tuning in to another edition of Street Poetry here on The Prescription. I'm here with the lovely La Sirenity.
Hey, yo.
She is finna bless us with a poem, and then when I come back, you hear my voice, you know what it is. It's gonna be behind the poet. So you ready?
Let's go.
All right, let's hit them up.
I've got old Tibetan hymns trapped in my DNA, and they threaten to burst through. Not maliciously, just enough to let you know that the old gods live, and they breathe, and they be. And that perhaps I should complain more quietly, lest the ancestors hear my blasphemy and take all the good that they've gifted me. I'm all singing bowls on the inside. Singing bowls and Japanese flutes in African tribes. Congo drums and Jamaican rum and Haitian rice and olive skin Jesus sanctified. I take elaborate showers. I light candles and play music, and I pray to whatever God that will listen to a woman that needs the sound of running water to soothe old wounds. I pray. Help me and hold me and fix me and guide me and grow me. Show me and don't let me go. I don't know what to do, and I'm still very new to this. Do what you do and don't break what is left of this heart in my chest. Hold my hand and give me new breath. I don't know if anybody knows what's best, but they all talk so loudly proclaiming that they know what's best, and I don't know what's best, but neither do the rest. I haven't written a poem in what feels like years because I'd stopped crying out to God to come wipe these tears, and really I just stopped crying so much. I hold my head up, I move through the world, the weight of it all doesn't feel too tough, and so I get to thinking that I'm free. But not feeling pain doesn't explain why the sound of waves or rain soothes me and reminds me that the pain is fleeting. There is a God, and I've known this ever since I was a little raped girl. Yeah, this is a messed up world, but with equal conviction I knew someone had created this green pearl. I throw fists full of oil and pour new wine on skin that glows like it's made of a couple trillion solar globes, and within minutes of death those trillions of lights will go out. So, what turns my skin from gray to gold if not my soul? What ignites the lights behind my eyes if not some otherworldly vibes? Why have generations of people suffered the same grand illusions of purposes and higher planes? What has people across many different cultures calling the same energy by many different names? Is it all illusion? Or does some wave that each generation ride bring humanity to the same conclusion? We are all the ocean. Some energy that we feel but can't see meters out growth and expansion, foretells and promotes our advancement, and we shine like flecks of moonlight on the ever-moving sea. There is God within, without, and all around me.
Thank you, yo. I heard that poem once before, and I listened to it, but this time I really felt like more connected to it because it was, I love it. So, I mean, it's kind of explanatory, but like you said too, it took a break. So coming with that poem, what was not only the mindset, but what was the, I guess, the intention? Like when you was writing that poem, how was your mind, mentality? That's what the word I'm looking for, mentality.
I wrote that poem in two different places, okay? So that poem is actually two poems from different times in my life, probably like a year apart, that I put together. So the first part, it was the, I take elaborate showers and this and that and the third. It was talking about kind of self-care, because I was in a position in my life where, people think that you turn from girl to woman at the age of 18, and that's not true. Like, womanhood is something that you develop into. So age 22, I start learning I got to take care of myself a certain kind of way. Like, I have to do self-care. I have to be good to myself, and these are the things that I have to do for it. And that was just like the learning process. And right up after that learning process, when it feels real good and you're like, oh, this is a nice, good place, this is my place, this is where I'm supposed to be, That's where that first part came. The second part came about a year later. At this point, I'm having real big conversation with myself about God. Who is God? Which way should you go? I was raised in a very, very Christian household. But then, of course, you get older, you go to school, you hear all sorts of religions. And, you know, me, the connection and relationship that I'd had with God from childhood was such that, like, okay, I know you're there. I just don't know which way I should go about pursuing you. And so I wrote that second half. And I'm looking at these two pieces that I'm figuring in my head, okay, they're unfinished. I don't know what to do with. And then I put them together, and it's like, okay, God, I see you. You had me write the other half of this because there's self-love, and then there's the love of God and something bigger, and they're actually the same thing, and they connect at the point where you start having conversations with God about, this is my pain, how do I grow, what can I give to other people, and that's basically how this one was born.
I like that because I mean, in general, I have this philosophy that I kind of took from different things, but love is a trinity. It's self-love, it's divine love, but you can't reach the highest level of self-love until after you achieve a connection of divine love. And once you reach the level of both of those, that's when you'll be led to your true love.
Yeah.
And so it's like that trinity comes together. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. So you're Haitian.
Yep. Haitian American.
So first off, I'm gonna ask up, what's your favorite dish? Yes. What you throw down? What you cooking?
All right. So y'all know I got to do it for the one time with the black rice, also known as dilis jonjon. If you're Haitian, you know.
I don't, but hey, it sounds.
I might have to help you know.
You're gonna have to help me know because I love food.
Oh man! And listen, as far as meat, because with Haitian food, it's a meat, it's a veggie, like a mixture of veggies, and then it's a rice, right? Mostly rice. Sometimes like bananas or green bananas, plantains. But yeah, for the meat, it's goat, y'all. Not curry goat. No, it's goat though. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's. So
we got goat, we got black rice, and what's the?
The veggie. It's called legume. Okay. So it's a mixture. The base of it is typically like cabbage, eggplant. Really, it's like an eggplant base, and then you can add other stuff. That is my favorite. I have a problem. Yes, I have a problem. I'm gonna just put it like that. That's it. Period.
It sounds good. Except minus the meat. I don't eat meat, but minus the meat, everything sounds good. Because I actually went to this Haitian restaurant on Timaquana that I eat at from time to time, and I don't know what they put in them vegetables, but it's so good. And I have it with the fried plantain, just the vegetables and the fried plantain. It's so good.
There's a secret, actually. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay,
there's a secret to all Haitian food.
Oh, okay.
Walk up to any Haitian you know and say the word to them, "Épice."
In peace.
In peace. And if they react, they know. And if they don't, they're too young.
Gotcha.
And they were born here.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Okay, cool.
All right. So when did you start writing poetry, and then when did you transition into being a performing poet?
All right. I started writing when I was 11.
Okay.
And it had kind of come to be because there was a teacher that was hosting a writing workshop after school, and I was raised in a Haitian household. If you're Haitian, you know, like mom was not about, I'm gonna stay after school for this and that and the third. No, you go to school, you come home. But this time I had snuck and stayed because we had done a little poetry thing in class, and she just wanted to extend it, and I had enjoyed the thing in class. So I stay after school, avoiding a beatdown right that night, right? And I really enjoyed it. I wrote something that was, the teacher expressed a lot of like interest, right? And so I think kind of from that point on, I just walked around with a book. I would write things that nobody was allowed to read. And then, performance. I would say, because I was in a very quiet child space up until like college, right? I would say in college I had a friend, and this was a friend. We reunited at Howard because we actually went to second grade together, right?
Oh, wow.
Strange stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I had found out that she had gone to like Japan. Her family was military, so she had been traveling, and we just winded up on the same campus, and she eventually moved into my dorm, which is when we reconnected. And she was like, yeah, you need to perform this. I can just see her right now, big old smile, a real sweet spirit. It's like, yeah, you need to do this and you need to share this. And so we did. We went to, oh man, I can't remember the name of it right now. Spit That. Oh my God. I remember we went to Spit That, and yeah, that was the first time. And I have a video of, not the first time, but one of the first times, and it's so different than where I am right now. So it's just interesting to see.
Hey, you know you got to throw that up. Like you got to put it up. You got to show the evolution. You got to show it. And you need to do it side by side. Like this is where I started, and this is where I am. Like that would be so crazy. I think you should do that. But hey, that's just an idea. Just throw it.
I might could. We'll see what happens.
Okay. So you say you went to Howard. First of all, shout out HBCU. What would you major in?
Oh God, at that point I did not know. I was skipping around. At first it was nursing because my mom's a nurse. I didn't even finish at Howard. I ended up coming back home, so UNF is where I graduated from. But yeah.
Ospreys go.
Swoop. I'm done. Anyway.
So, you have Livewire. I know the story behind it, but my viewers may not. So. And it's a very interesting story how this show came about. So I want you to go ahead and tell like how you just kind of fell into being the host of Livewire. Actually, your show, your whole event, your own event.
Yeah, so this was a move of God, I like to say. So my then boyfriend, Leonard Anderson, he found me when I was working a corporate job, feeling really like weird about corporate. I was burnt out a little bit. And, you know, he's like motivated me. He's like, yo, we're going to the gym. So he packs up all my stuff. He's like, we're going to the gym. We go to the gym. And on one of these days that he packs me up and bundles me up and I'm fighting him the whole time, we end up going to this place here in Jacksonville called the Walrus. And when we went to the Walrus, it was a great vibe. You know, I go in, I notice that they have a mic set up in their window. And so, you know, I asked, do you guys host open mics here? I would like to hit the mic. At that point, I wasn't afraid of hitting the mic, you know. Now the girl behind the counter, her name's Lily, sweet girl. She's like, actually no, but we're actually looking for somebody to host. And I was done. That was the end of the conversation for me. But Leo, he goes, nudge, nudge, nudge in the ribs, right? And so I said, yeah, well, I do a lot of poetry. Like I do spoken word, I perform it. And I perform, and at that precise moment, I lost all the words in my brain. Could not remember where I had performed before. I think we sat there for a good 10 seconds in awkward silence. And then I just recovered by being like, well, I performed a couple of places in Jacksonville. And I was very surprised when she said, yeah, go ahead and send us an email and we'll see what's what. We'll see if we can set you up. And literally, that's what it was. It just was born right there. And it's actually been a blessing since then. I have moved. Which another act of God, but let me tell you, it worked out so good. It couldn't have been better. So yeah.
And I just attended the last one, and it's at Four Corners Love Candle, correct?
Yes, Four Corners of Love Candles. It's every other Monday, so the next one coming up is the 20th of March.
Yes.
And yeah, Four Corners of Love Candles, 7:45 p.m. Be there.
And I'm gonna tell you, I haven't actually bought a candle, which I plan on it, but when you walk in this place, oh my God, it smells so amazing.
Yeah.
And the vibe of her event is, it just sets the tone, because like, you know, scents help set our mentality, especially as poets. Yeah. And when you go in there, everybody's so loving, it's so relaxed, and the space is just inviting, and I love it. I definitely be back. I'm glad I found your webs. I've seen you on Instagram, and that's actually how I end up going with some and then it was again an act of God.
Yeah.
4 of us met up by accident, and it was all our first time coming there.
Yeah, 4 of your friends, right?
Yeah, all 4, but we didn't even know each other were coming. Like we literally just kind of, and we had never been there, so that was just like crazy how that happened. So I was like, you know, and then I met you, we spoke, we had conversation, seeing you perform at Jazzy's, and I was like, I definitely got to get you on my show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, before, yes, and that was amazing, and I felt that.
Which one did you see?
Tuesday.
The last one?
Yes. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that, but
God.
don't do that. But I felt that. I felt that. And I'm glad you know, everything went through, you know.
Yeah.
And, but I do want you to talk about your raffle.
Okay, yeah,
So
absolutely. So this is actually for people in the building only. And it's officially going to start in our first show in April, which I believe is April 3rd. But what we're doing is we are raffling off a cruise. So if you're in the building on that day, you put in $25, you might be able to get on a cruise for 2 guys.
See, now $25, you can't beat that. You getting a cruise for 2, $25. Y'all definitely got to be in the building April 3rd.
Absolutely.
Definitely got to be in the building. Even if you don't come for the cruise, definitely come through and support. Even if you're not a poet, for the vibes. We had comedians going up like, and the painting.
Artists.
Oh, I was just about to say, and the paintings. Oh my God, like. I was able to see the one finish the one from the last show, and then the one that was there in in artistry.
NDJ artistry. Her name is Nakaya.
Oh my God, the picture she did of Biggie, I had to post because it was like crazy. It was these artists are amazing, and I love that you're combining the poetry with the DJ and the artist and everything. And I just want to thank you for giving us another platform like that to have here in Jacksonville, that it feels safe as a poet.
Thank you. I'm almost shy right now.
Don't be shy. Hey, we know you're not shy. See you get up on the stage, but I do like to give people credit and give them their appreciation for when I see the work you put in, because I know just from doing podcasts and different events, it's very hard to put out something like that, and for you to do it twice a month, and you see it's growing and it's getting out there. I wish it so much success, and I know it's going to be even bigger. So before we wrap this up, is there anything else you want to say?
I want to say thank you, Jacksonville, because honestly, it's not me. Open mic, the host is great. I'm great. Let's be clear, but it's really the people that come out, like the people that are willing to engage and interact and be people with people, be real people with people. Because, you know, you can sometimes get into a space and people are like, you know, suited up, and I'm trying to give you my professional voice, and no, we're not here for that. We're here for family. Like, that's what I wanted. That's where Haitians, Caribbeans, if you know any, you know, we're here for family. And so thank you for coming out and being my family. Y'all come be my family on the 20th.
That's right. And before I go, I do need to ask two real behind the poet question. So I'm gonna hit you with one that I don't ask too often. What's something that you're willing to share that you haven't told anybody, that you're willing to share on camera? Something that some little known Black History fact, as they say.
Oh my God. About myself, probably.
Yeah. About yourself.
I have a real love for gardening.
Ooh.
And I build stuff. And whenever I get interested in something, it explodes in my life for a little bit of a while. Sometimes very short times. But this is actually here, and it looks like it's gonna stay. Like, I've taken wooden pieces together and built, at this point, 4 4x8 garden beds. And I don't know if you know how big that is.
Yeah,
that's
that's
length
big.
of this bench, right? And I love to see it grow. There's nothing that gives me more peace than literally getting my hands in the dirt.
Oh wow! So you got the green thumb.
I'm crunchy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What you
growing? What you growing?
Right now, oh my God.
She's like, well, I got
Where
4
do
of
I
them.
start? So I've got, we'll start with my herbs. So I've got chives, and I've got cilantro, and I've got lavender, which I've been making these crazy lavender limeades. Stop it.
Hold up. A lavender limeade? Okay.
Right.
Now you say you live where? Hold on.
You can come through. It'll be all good. I've got, I said chives. I've got basil, which I make basil tea every morning. I've got mint. I've got lemongrass. And that's it for the herbs, I think. I've got tomatoes, eggplants, kale, onions, watermelon. That's a big one. And about 4 more vegetables. I can't think of them all right now.
I got you.
But yeah, I'm ready.
I see you. What kind of watermelon? Seedless or like the whole?
No. Oh,
you talking about the
please.
big
Who gonna
one?
do seedless?
I'm asking. I'm trying to figure out. No. I don't even eat watermelon, so.
And here's something I learned that I thought was so strange. But watermelon, this big old fruit, actually likes sandy soil, which most things they like real mineral rich, like kind of it'll clump together to hold soil. So for the first time, I'm about to put the watermelon seeds into the ground. So I'm so excited. And they grow out like 20 feet in all directions. So it's gonna take over my yard. I'm literally gonna be dodging watermelons as I walk through the backyard.
But ain't nothing wrong with that. That's so crazy. I mean, I think I need to get a bag and go shopping. Like, you start your whole little garden shop right there in the backyard. I mean, you got it all. It's funny because my son, literally, the end of last year, he was like, look, Mom, because we moved, he was like, we're going to garden. I want a garden. Yeah. So we started growing. So our cantaloupe just sprouted. We have cantaloupe.
Oh my God, yes.
And it's so crazy. So we have like parsley, we have cilantro, microgreens, broccoli. So we have a lot of few things. Some of the basil will not sprout. I don't know why the basil won't sprout. And it started with the first group of herbs because the dill, the parsley, and the cilantro, all those are grown. They're growing, and basil just like, I'm good. Like
when basil comes up, you almost can't get rid of it unless you dry it out. But I do want to say one more thing. I'm building raised garden beds for people. Like, that's something I want to do. That's kind of like my labor of love to the community because I do believe in growing your own food. I don't know if this is going to make it into the show, but I do believe in that.
Yeah, it is.
And if you need a raised garden bed, I will buy the materials. You can give me a little 50 spot on top and I will build them. I enjoy it. I can do it all day. I literally have one in process at my house right now. I'm gonna leave here and go fix it. So
definitely, and I'm gonna have definitely get you on that. And you guys heard that, because honestly and truly, the food you guys are buying, unless you're going to like markets where people are actually growing it, you don't need to be eating it. Like, we really need to grow our own food and watch what we put in our bodies. So definitely.
And yes, I'm a big girl saying that. And
I am too. I'm a big girl and I'm a vegetarian, so I ain't even. It is what it is. It's funny because somebody told me, how am I a vegetarian this size? I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
You look at them and you say, mind your business.
I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to say, but I'm good with it. But anyway, all right. So give them your Instagram information, so how they can find you, as well as Livewire.
Absolutely. So Livewire's Instagram is at live_wire_jax, right? So at live_wire_jax, Livewire Jax with the underscores in between. And then if you go to the bio for Livewire, you'll actually see mine, which is la_Sirenity, which is LA_SIRENITY. And yes, I do have to sign it out or else I'm not gonna spell it right. But yeah, come through, y'all.
Definitely come through. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this interview because it's feeling so beautiful out here, because it's almost like it's gonna rain, but it's not. So the weather is perfect today, but I think it might hit us in a little bit. So we're gonna get out of here. Again, thank you. And as I always say, love and light, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.